In the depths of human nature, we often surrender our power to invisible forces, allowing fear and hesitation to dictate our lives instead of rising with unyielding emotional resilience. Napoleon Hill's profound words ring true. You must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you. This isn't just a quote. It's a wake-up call to the chaos that financial passivity creates in our daily lives. Picture the emotional toll, that constant knot in your stomach from unpaid bills, the regret that follows impulsive purchases, and the endless cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. It's a prison of our own making, where avoidance becomes a habit, like ignoring bank statements or putting off retirement plans until tomorrow never comes. These patterns don't just steal your peace. They rob you of opportunities for security and freedom. Statistics paint a stark picture. The average American carries thousands in debt, trapped in a loop of stress and missed chances. But here's the truth about personal growth. You don't need perfect conditions to start. You need action. In the realm of personal finance, waiting for motivation or emotional readiness only deepens the hole. We're wired to seek comfort, yet true resilience comes from breaking free from that comfort zone. Why aren't you taking action right now? It often starts with the myth that you need to feel ready before tackling your finances. You might think, I'll pay off my debt once I get that bonus, or I'll invest when the market stabilizes. This reliance on external motivation keeps you stuck, missing out on the magic of compound interest or the relief of early debt elimination. It's a trap that feeds on indecision, where hesitation turns into a habit that worsens your financial chaos. Failure to decide is another silent thief. You know you should track your spending, but you never commit to that budgeting app. Over time, this paralysis allows small problems to balloon into overwhelming ones, like credit card balances that spiral out of control. Then there's fear and uncertainty, the shadows that loom largest in our minds. You worry about stock market losses, fret over job insecurity, or hesitate to start a side hustle because the outcome feels too risky. These fears don't protect you. They lead to inevitable defeat, such as accumulating high-interest debt or watching opportunities slip away. Emotional resilience demands that we face these shadows head-on, transforming hesitation into empowerment. The solution lies in immediate action. It's the key that unlocks the door to financial freedom. Even a small step, like reviewing your monthly expenses, can generate momentum and bring clarity to your financial life. Think of it like planting a seed. Just as a tiny investment can grow exponentially, these actions compound into real wealth. Don't wait for perfection. Start now, because action breeds more action, fueling your personal growth. Building decisiveness is crucial. Make firm choices without delay, like selecting a budget plan or automating your savings. Set a decision deadline for yourself. It could be as simple as choosing an investment strategy by the end of the week. This practice turns vague intentions into concrete progress, helping you reclaim control over your money. Practicing the first step is where change begins. Download that free budgeting tool today or calculate your net worth right now. Ideal conditions rarely arrive, so break through financial inertia with one achievable task that sets the wheels in motion. Overcoming hesitation and fear is not about eliminating them. It's about facing them directly. Open those overdue bills, consult a financial advisor, and watch how your anxiety fades with each proactive move. For instance, creating a debt repayment plan can turn a mountain of worry into a manageable path forward. Drawing from Hill's principles, action transforms fear into a teacher, guiding you toward empowerment. Learning through failure is part of this journey. A poor investment or an overspending mishap isn't the end, it's a lesson. These setbacks teach invaluable skills, like the importance of diversification or building an emergency fund. Stories of resilience abound. People who've turned bankruptcy into success through persistent action and emotional growth. Each failure is a step toward mastery, reminding us that true personal development comes from getting back up. Now, let's talk about cultivating self-discipline. It's the true engine of financial progress. Unlike fleeting motivation, which might come from a raise only to lead to splurging, discipline is your steadfast ally. It means sticking to a budget during tough times, resisting the urge to overspend, and building habits that endure. Without it, money will always control you, dictating your emotions and decisions. Start by forming positive habits. Track your expenses daily. Set aside a percentage of your income for savings, and review your goals weekly. Use tools like apps for accountability, or try no-spend days to retrain your spending instincts. These routines create a foundation of control, turning financial chaos into a life of security and peace. Remember, self-discipline isn't about deprivation. It's about choosing long-term freedom over short-term impulses. Developing a clear vision and goals is the compass that keeps you on track. Without them, financial drift is inevitable, leaving you at the mercy of circumstances. Set crystal clear goals, like pay off my credit card debt in 12 months, or build a 6-month emergency fund. These targets act as powerful motivators, fueling your emotional resilience and driving consistent action. Break them down into actionable steps using the SMART framework. Make them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, create a step-by-step budget or an investment plan that you can follow weekly. This clarity prevents vagueness from derailing your progress and ensures you're always moving forward. As you build these habits, you'll feel a profound shift in your personal growth, from being controlled to being in control. In conclusion, let's circle back to Hill's timeless wisdom. You must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you. Decisive action is the bridge to that control. It's not something you wait for, it's something you create. We've explored how proactive financial habits can break the cycle of fear, indecision, and regret. Each step you take builds emotional resilience, turning challenges into stepping stones for success. Now, it's your turn. What one financial action will you take right now to reclaim your power? Maybe it's opening a high-yield savings account or committing to a no-debt month. Whatever it is, start today, because true freedom begins with that first bold move. Remember, your money doesn't have to control you. With resilience and action, you can master it. Embrace this journey and watch as your life transforms into one of empowerment, security, and unshakable growth. You must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you. This timeless wisdom from Napoleon Hill rings true in our daily lives, where financial passivity often leads to a relentless cycle of stress and missed opportunities. Imagine waking up every morning with a knot in your stomach, dreading the pile of bills that never seems to shrink. That's the emotional toll of letting money dictate your choices, trapping you in regret from impulsive purchases and the endless grind of living paycheck to paycheck. Picture someone avoiding their bank statements like a bad dream, knowing that each unopened envelope adds to their growing anxiety. This hesitation isn't just harmless delay. It's a chain that tightens with every passing day, preventing you from building the security you deserve. Statistics show that the average American carries thousands in debt. a stark reminder that waiting for the perfect moment only deepens the hole. But here's the turning point in personal finance. Action is the key to breaking free, not endless waiting for motivation or a windfall. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to start, whether it's creating a simple budget or setting aside your first emergency fund. The need for change is urgent. Proactive steps today lead to financial freedom tomorrow, turning chaos into control. Now, let's explore why so many people fail to take that first step, often waiting for the right motivation that never arrives. It's a common myth that you must feel inspired or financially secure before making changes, like postponing debt repayment until a bonus shows up. This mindset keeps you stuck in a loop, watching opportunities slip away, such as the power of compound interest on early investments. Relying on external motivation means missing out on building wealth gradually, letting fear and doubt take the wheel instead. Indecisiveness in financial matters is another major barrier, like hesitating over whether to cut back on dining out or start a side hustle. When you know you should track your spending but never commit to a budgeting app, your money problems only grow worse over time. This paralysis from indecision allows small issues to snowball into overwhelming debt, robbing you of peace and progress. Fear and uncertainty play a huge role too, such as the dread of stock market losses that keeps you from investing at all. Anxiety about job insecurity might make you hoard cash instead of building an emergency fund, leading to missed growth opportunities. Hesitation due to unknown outcomes, like starting a small business, often results in high-interest debt piling up, proving that inaction invites defeat. These psychological barriers are real, but they don't have to define your financial future. It's time to confront them head-on. The solution lies in immediate action, where even the smallest steps can ignite a chain reaction of positive change. Taking control starts with something simple, like reviewing your monthly expenses, which builds momentum and brings clarity to your finances. Just as a single seed can grow into a mighty tree, small financial actions compound over time, turning habits into wealth. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Start today and watch how that initial effort creates energy and confidence. Building decisiveness is crucial. Make firm choices without delay, such as picking a budget plan and sticking to it. Set a decision deadline for your financial moves, like committing to automate savings by the end of the week. This practice helps overcome hesitation, empowering you to manage money with assurance rather than doubt. Remember, the first step is often the hardest, but it's also the most rewarding. Try calculating your net worth right now. Ideal conditions rarely appear, so begin with what you have, breaking through financial inertia one action at a time. To truly overcome hesitation and fear, you must face them directly, turning anxiety into empowerment through bold moves. Start by opening those overdue bills and creating a repayment plan, watching as the fear loses its grip on you. Consulting a financial advisor might seem daunting, but it's a step that erodes uncertainty faster than endless worrying. Real-world examples show how confronting debt head-on reduces its power, much like Napoleon Hill's principle of action over fear. Learning through failure is another vital lesson. Setbacks like a poor investment aren't the end, but chances to grow. If you've overspent and faced consequences, use it as a teacher, emphasizing the need for diversification and smart planning. Stories of people turning bankruptcy into success prove that persistent action builds mastery, transforming failures into stepping stones. Self-discipline emerges as the true key to financial success, far more reliable than temporary motivation or lucky breaks. Unlike the fleeting excitement of a raise that leads to splurging, discipline keeps you on track during tough times. Cultivate it by sticking to a budget, no matter the temptations, and watch how it frees you from money's control. Building positive habits is essential. Start with daily expense tracking to make informed decisions every day. Set aside a fixed percentage of your income for savings, turning it into a non-negotiable routine. Review your financial goals weekly to stay accountable, using apps that remind you of your progress. Incorporate no-spend days into your week, building resilience and preventing impulsive choices from derailing your plans. These habits compound over time, creating a life where money works for you, not against you. Developing a clear vision and goals acts as your compass, guiding every financial decision with purpose. Without specific goals, it's easy to drift, but defining them, like paying off credit card debt in 12 months, keeps you focused. A 6-month emergency fund might seem ambitious, but as a clear target, it motivates consistent action. These goals combat vagueness, ensuring that your efforts are directed and effective, leading to lasting control. Break them down into actionable steps using the SMART framework. Make them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For instance, create a step-by-step budget. List your income, track expenses, and allocate funds for savings. Develop an investment plan by researching options and setting milestones, preventing financial drift from taking over. Exercises like journaling your financial wins can reinforce this vision, keeping you motivated and on track. As you implement these steps, you'll see how decisive action aligns with Hill's teachings, turning potential into reality. Remember, control over money doesn't come from wishing. It comes from consistent, forward-moving efforts. In the end, Hill's quote holds the ultimate truth. You must act decisively, or the lack of money will continue to dominate your life. We've covered the problems of financial inaction, the barriers that hold you back, and the solutions that empower you. Key takeaways include facing fears, building discipline, and setting clear goals to break free from the cycle. Proactive habits like budgeting and saving aren't just tools. They're your pathway to security and freedom. Now, it's your turn. Don't let another day pass under the weight of financial uncertainty. Start with one small step today, such as downloading a budgeting app to track your spending, or commit to a no-debt month, cutting back on unnecessary expenses to regain control. Consider opening a high-yield savings account to make your money work harder for you. These actions, no matter how minor, will spark the change you've been craving. Think about how much lighter you'll feel once you're no longer at the mercy of your finances. Visualize the freedom of making choices based on your goals, not on fear or regret. Every successful person began with a single decision to act. Now, it's your moment to do the same. Ask yourself, what if you started today and never looked back? The power is in your hands. Seize it by taking that first step toward financial mastery. Remember, hesitation only prolongs the pain, while action brings relief and opportunity. Build on this foundation by reviewing your progress weekly, adjusting as needed to stay on course. Surround yourself with supportive resources, like books on personal finance or online communities, to reinforce your commitment. Celebrate small victories, such as paying off a bill, to keep your motivation high and your resolve strong. Over time, these efforts will compound, just like investments, leading to a future of abundance. Don't underestimate the ripple effect of your actions. They'll influence not just your finances, but your overall well-being. Imagine the pride of achieving your goals, from debt-free living to a comfortable retirement. This is more than advice. It's a call to reclaim your power and live on your terms. So, what one financial action will you take right now to break the chains? The time is now. Step into control and watch your life transform. You've got this. Start today and never let money control you again. Napoleon Hill's words ring true. You must gain control over your money or the lack of it will forever control you. This isn't just a clever saying. It's a stark reality for millions who let financial passivity dictate their lives. Imagine waking up every day with that knot in your stomach, dreading the pile of bills or the next unexpected expense. It's that cycle of stress where impulsive purchases lead to regret, and living paycheck to paycheck feels like an endless trap. Picture someone avoiding their bank statements, letting envelopes stack up, all because facing the numbers seems too overwhelming. Or think about delaying retirement planning, hoping things will magically improve without any effort on your part. This hesitation doesn't just stall progress. It amplifies anxiety and robs you of opportunities for security and freedom. In personal finance, waiting for the perfect moment is a myth that keeps you stuck. Statistics show that the average American carries thousands in debt, and many never break free because they don't act decisively. The need for change is urgent. Action like creating a budget or building an emergency fund can turn the tide. You can't wait for motivation to strike. You have to create it through small, consistent steps. Waiting for a bonus to start repaying debt only lets interest pile up, turning a molehill into a mountain. This reliance on external events, like market improvements before investing, often means missing out on compound growth that could build your wealth. Break the cycle now. Don't let the myth of readiness hold you back from financial empowerment. Indecisiveness in money matters is like standing at a crossroads without choosing a path, leading to missed chances and growing problems. For instance, knowing you should track spending but never committing to a budgeting app allows expenses to spiral out of control. This paralysis from hesitation means your finances worsen over time, with debt accumulating and opportunities slipping away. Fear plays a huge role, like worrying about stock market losses that keep you from investing at all. Anxiety over job insecurity might make you hoard cash instead of using it wisely, missing out on growth. Hesitation due to unknown outcomes, such as starting a side hustle, can lead to staying in a rut of financial instability. These fears don't just linger, they result in inevitable defeat, like high-interest debt that controls your every decision. The solution lies in immediate action. Take that first step, even if it's imperfect, and watch the momentum build. Starting with something simple, like reviewing your monthly expenses, can create clarity and energy for bigger changes. Just as a small seed grows into a mighty tree, small financial actions compound into significant wealth over time. Build decisiveness by making firm choices without delay, such as picking a budget plan today. Automate your savings contributions to remove the temptation of indecision and ensure steady progress. Set a decision deadline for financial choices, like choosing an investment strategy by the end of the week. This practice helps overcome hesitation and builds confidence in managing your money effectively. Now, practice the first step. Download a free budgeting tool right away and start tracking your spending. Or calculate your net worth today. It's a simple action that breaks the barrier of financial inertia. Remember, ideal conditions rarely arrive, so starting small is the key to reclaiming control. Facing your fears head-on is essential. Open those overdue bills and confront the reality instead of hiding from it. Consulting a financial advisor might seem daunting, but it erodes anxiety and provides a clear path forward. For example, creating a debt repayment plan turns an overwhelming burden into manageable steps, drawing from Hill's principle of action over fear. Each confrontation with financial challenges empowers you, transforming worry into confidence and control. Learning through failure is another vital tool. A poor investment isn't the end, but a lesson in diversification. Overspending once can teach you the value of an emergency fund, turning setbacks into stepping stones. Stories abound of people who faced bankruptcy but persisted, building financial success through consistent action. These experiences show that failure isn't defeat. It's the forge where mastery over money is born. Self-discipline is the true key to success in finances, far more reliable than temporary motivation. Don't rely on the excitement of a raise leading to splurging. Instead, stick to your budget through thick and thin. Discipline means treating your financial goals as non-negotiable, even when emotions try to sway you. Build positive habits like daily expense tracking to keep your money in check and prevent chaos. Set aside a percentage of your income for savings automatically, making it a routine rather than a choice. Review your financial goals weekly to stay accountable and maintain momentum. Use apps for tracking progress, turning discipline into a habit that frees you from money's control. Incorporate no-spend days into your routine to build restraint and focus on what's truly important. Developing clear vision and goals is like having a roadmap for your finances, guiding every decision. Without them, you drift aimlessly, letting financial pressures dictate your life. Set specific goals, like paying off credit card debt in 12 months, to combat vagueness and drive action. Or aim to build a 6-month emergency fund, giving you a tangible target that motivates progress. Break these goals into actionable steps using the SMART framework. Make them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For instance, create a step-by-step budget. List expenses, cut unnecessary ones, and allocate savings first. Develop an investment plan by researching options and starting with what you can afford today. These methods ensure continuous forward movement, preventing the lack of control from taking over. As you implement these steps, you'll see how action begets more action, building a cycle of financial empowerment. In conclusion, Hill's quote holds the secret. Control over your money comes from decisive action, not waiting. We've covered the problems of inaction, the power of immediate steps, and the habits that lead to lasting change. Remember, proactive financial habits break the chains of fear and indecision, opening the door to freedom and security. Don't let another day pass under the weight of financial uncertainty. Start today with one small step. Open a high-yield savings account now, or commit to a no-debt month to reclaim your power. The choice is yours. Let money control you, or take control and shape your future. What if you began by tracking just one expense category tonight? Imagine the relief and confidence that will follow from that single act. You're capable of this transformation. Hill's principles prove it. So, ask yourself, what one financial action will you take right now to break free? The time for excuses is over. The path to financial mastery starts with your next decision. Embrace it, and watch as control over your money becomes the foundation of a life unchained.